But why the game? Why did this missionary play this game with your head and show you Dafka, deliberately show you Jeremiah 23 and not show you 33? Because of when you watch a magic show. Why is there a prop? What does a prop mean? Why do I need the curtain? If you're proposing that she's disappearing, then why do I need the curtain? The reason is it's a prop. Whatever it is, there's a curtain there. Why does a man have to take the coin from this hand, you shuffle, I shuffle? Why do you have to do that? The answer is that this is all misdirection. It's all fake. It's all look here and don't look here. That's what's going on. And that's what these missionaries are doing. Is this a religion you want to belong to? Really? And those of you, I hear all the time, I'm afraid I'm going to hell. Really? You're worried about going to hell for believing this chicane, this theological sophistry? Really?
I have a question. In Jeremiah 23, verse 6, it gives the name of the coming Messiah as the Lord our righteousness, which translates to Yahweh Sedeknu. And in the New Testament, they call Christ Yahweh Yahshua or Yahshua, which is a totally contradiction of the name of the Messiah to come. I want to know what your thoughts on that.
That's great. I didn't know that verse was even there. That's a good find. Rabbi?
That's a brilliant question. So in Jeremiah 23, verse 6, it's talking about the Messianic age, and it says, Israel will dwell securely. I hope Tucker Carlson hears that. I hope Nick Fuentes hears that. This is materially the restoration of the children of Israel to the land of Israel, and Israel will dwell securely. Israel has a covenant. And this is the name by which he will be called, and he'll be called the Lord our righteousness. Let's go to Jeremiah 33, verse 16, where we have the same thing, and it says, Bayom Mahem Tivosha Yehuda V'Yishlayim Tishkan Levetach. That means Jerusalem will be secure. V'zeh Asher Yikra Lo, and this is how she will be called. Jerusalem will be called the exact same name, the Lord our righteousness. Jerusalem, this city that I live in, that I'm speaking right now, will be called the Lord our righteousness, okay? So whenever a missionary brings up Jeremiah 23, verse 6, why don't you tell me about 33:16? That they don't want to. Why? Because they want you to believe in the Trinity and worship idolatry. Now the Christians are, I'm being charitable, they don't know any better. Does this mean that I should bow down to the city of Jerusalem? That Jerusalem is the creator of the heavens and the earth, chas v'chalila? Doesn't mean that at all. It's not because you're supposed to worship Jerusalem. That's idolatry. It means that Yerushalayim will have this name because it reflects back the glory of God. It reflects back the glory of God. So, whereas it is true that if you go to Switzerland, you'll see magnificent mountains. And we have in the north Mount Hermon where you can ski from. I'm not skiing, that's not my field. But the key is that in Tanakh, those things that reflect the glory of Hashem are called God. So Yerushalayim is going to be called Hashem Tzidkenu. Please, please. Even Moses is called God in Exodus 7, verse 1. But now there's a big question going on. Why do Christians show Jeremiah 23, but hide Jeremiah 33? Why? Why is there the scam? This is what magicians routinely do through sleight of hand on stages around the world. This is like theological David Blaine. Why would you want this? Don't you want more? Don't you want purity? Don't you want an intimate relationship with God rather than some sort of magic show? Why the game? And if Jerusalem is called, and it's called Yud Kei Vav Kei, all right, Yerushalayim is called that. And the word is lo, which means she. When I walk out of my house, I see Yerushalayim, I can't believe that I'm here. I can't believe what I'm every time. If I just go out to get a bottle of a milk or a coffee, and I'm walking through Yerushalayim, I'm just walking around, I'm going, I can't believe I'm here. And the HaKadosh Baruch Hu's hand is on this place. God's hand is on Yerushalayim. But I want to ask you a question. Sweethearts, listen to me. Why do missionaries play this game? Why? So why play this? And this is very misleading because of when you watch a magic show. Why is there a prop? What does a prop mean? The lady goes behind the curtain for a second and she disappeared. Why do I need the curtain? If you're proposing that she's disappearing, then why do I need the curtain? The reason is it's a prop. Whatever it is, there's a curtain there. Why does a man have to take the coin from this hand, from this hand, you shuffle, I shuffle? Why do you have to do that? The answer is that this is all misdirection. It's all fake. It's all look here and don't look here. That's what's going on. And that's what these missionaries are doing. Is this a religion you want to belong to? Really? And those of you, I hear all the time, I'm afraid I'm going to hell. Really? You're worried about going to hell for believing this chicane, this theological sophistry? Really? Do you understand that this is idolatry if it's not true? I say with all the love of my heart. I presume if you're watching me, you're not offended by me. I hope not. I mean it with love. I could be an elitist and go, well, who cares about them? Go believe what you want. I'm not. I care. So what the church does is it shows you Jeremiah 23, verse 6. And it very deliberately will not show you Jeremiah 33, verse 16. And if you read, you don't even need to read Hebrew because you could look at the shapes of the letters and you see it's the same. What does this tell you about an institution that would show you Jeremiah 23 and not show you Jeremiah 33? What does that tell you about the institution? That the whole institution is completely corrupt. It's a scam. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it that way because I know many people feel close and so on, but you need to know, don't you want to know the truth? Don't you want to know the emes? Isn't that what we're after? I mean, isn't this about having a relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu and pursuing the truth? Really? And I know a lot of people write to me, they don't want to go to hell, you don't want to go to hell, Shmel. Of course you need to use the threat of hell constantly. Why? Because God is not behind this. This is a man-made religion. To all the Christians who are watching me going, it's because why show 23 and not 33? It's not what I want. What I'm proposing is that this is not just a misunderstanding. This is very deliberate. And I'm saying that you should demand an answer. And if the pastor or priest or missionary cannot give you an answer to this, what I'm showing you here, then I think you should say, I've had enough with this religion. I want God in my religion. I don't want sophistry in my religion. I want the God of Israel in my religion. I want a personal relationship with him. And I want the truth. I want the emes. I just want it straight. I don't want a religion that selectively says this should be spiritualized, like Israel and the Jews returning to Israel. We'll just spiritualize that. But those things we don't want to spiritualize, we won't. I don't want that. And say, I resign from this. I am going to serve the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Alone, I'm done. I'm out. And just stop. Change your credit cards and stop and serve the God of Israel. Really. And I say it I hope you can read it from a place of great love in my heart. If you enjoyed this program, please like and subscribe.
אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נעשה בחפצו כל
delicious. Oh, thank goodness